excellent meal. Thank you very much. I'm happy to introduce André Tribense. He's an artist and also the curator of our encounter in Kristiansand, Norway, the 7th of May. We are looking very forward to it, and he will be the best man to talk about this himself. So, vær så god, André.
I know oh yeah, okay. Can you hear me? Yeah. Are you awake? I know we should have a siesta usually, but I would try to keep you awake the next 15 minutes. Rethinking Art Education will be the next CreArt conference taking place on the island of Bragdøya in Kristiansand in Norway. It's not the island Angert Mungsgaard talked about, but it's another one. This one we have to access by boat, and we bring you all there, all our guests there, and after 12 hours we will pick you up again and bring you back to town. So there's no way to run away. You will be completely dependent on being there and participating. My name is André Tribense, and I'm independent curator and artist. I'm working out the program for that conference together with Lisbeth Skregeli and Tormod Arnundsen, who are researchers at the local university. Angert is the coordinator for this project, and we work in very close contact around that. The island of Bragdøya is somehow unusual for a conference, but there's a beautiful nature environment, and we will be far away from urban disturbances. We will spend there 12 hours, and it's a perfect place for thinking, and that's what we're going to do there. Let me say something about the title, because there has been a change. The original title is Rethinking the Training of Artists. But when we started working with the program of this conference, we agreed very quickly that we will change the title to Rethinking Art Education, as you see there. And you might ask, what's the difference with that? Well, you could look at art education in the traditional understanding, or art teaching, as knowledge transferred from one generation to the next one, from master to the student. And that might be the traditional way, and there's nothing wrong about that. But it has kind of a clear hierarchy, and it's a teaching process in a one-way direction. Why we would like to invite you very much to look at art education together with us as a multidimensional process, which means that not just the student is learning from the master, but that the learning process can happen in different ways and in different direction, that even the teacher is learning, and the institution, that the place for education is not limited on the walls of the institution, but for instance, society could be the site for that. We therefore gave the whole conference or seminar some subtitles to open up for these dimensions. Art education, educational art, which might be art projects which have an educational mission, art as an educational tool, like you could use it in schools to make something clear, or in any other context. Society may be the context for art and for art education. Many contemporary artists are working with issues from politics, from environmental issues, global questions. Research and self-education. Imagine scientists and researchers, they use the environment, they use the world in a way to educate themselves and to learn something from that. Art transforming theory into action, and I personally look at this thing as something very essential with art and as the greatest potential, and I think also the philosophy of CreArt is somehow related to that. The questions we would like to ask, and both to ask those who are joining us and both to ask ourselves, is how would we like to imagine it working, art education? How can existing educational practice be challenged? And this is especially interesting for our institutional partners, because we're collaborating both with artists but also with people employed in educational institutions like the university. We would like to invite you to discuss those questions with us. Rethinking Art Education is meant to be a space for rethinking our methods and opportunities, and you're very, very welcome to join us. A keyword for us is participation. This is this is a conference for everybody with a strong interest in the relation between art and education. So it's not limited on artists or on educators. It's for everybody. But those who come should really be interested in this relation. There's another way of contributing, or there are different ways of contributing. The one is that we will have open discussions and talks. We won't have panel debates. You will have space for discussing and talking about what we heard in the lectures after each lecture. And there's another way of participating, and that is you who are visiting us, you could, if you like, contribute with a short lecture, something like between 5 and 10 minutes. And that can be something from your experience from your countries, maybe your view on art education. It can be examples you picked up other places which you think are interesting or remarkable, or just questions you want to discuss with us. It could also be artistic contributions in any way. Let me give you a short in-view in the program. If you can't read this text, it doesn't matter so much, because I would explain a bit. We structured it in 3 parts. Part 1 we called Inside and Outside Institutions. Contributors will be researchers like Professor Irit Rogoff from Goldsmith University in London, Professor Helene Eleris and Tony Dr. Wahlberg from the local university, with subjects such as fugitive study, how to find degrees of autonomy and self-determination within the systems, performative experimental community, and togetherness as artistic laboratory. What connects these people are they are all employed in educational institutions, universities, but they are seeking freedom, space of a certain degree of autonomy and independence, and that makes them very interesting in this connection, because they are looking for something more than the conventional way of educating. Part 2 of the conference we call Outside in Society, because we will have focus on activist, experimental and non-institutional approaches with examples of alternative schools or educational art projects. Like, for instance, Temporary Academy, which myself I have been running last September in Kristiansand. It was a temporary art academy just existing 1 month. Now it's gone again. We also have Åsa Sonjasdotter, which is a original Swedish woman, and she has been a professor in Tromsø Academy of Contemporary Arts. And the remarkable thing with that is that this academy is very new. So she was joining a process where they were researching the local and regional environment. It's in the very north, almost in the very north of Norway. You have Sami culture. Even for us in southern Norway, it's quite exotic to the society and up there. So Åsa has been developing the concept for this academy, and then she has been establishing the academy and teaching there as the professor. And she will show us pictures from that project, and now she is outside the institution again, and can look at that with a certain distance and argue in a different way than somebody who would still be in there. Part 3 of the conference is even more about participation. It's a symposium containing many small short lectures by our partners and guests, as well as by local researchers. This part will contain space for improvisation, and that's also the part where you could come in with an own presentation or contribution. So I highly recommend to take contact with me and announce if you would like to present something. Please be prepared. Take with you warm clothing, woolen socks, outdoor shoes. Don't worry, we have a building. We are safe. There's a fireplace, no problem. But you know, the weather in Norway is quite unpredictable, so it can be a bit cold on the feet or something. And we will be outside as well. We will have a fire in the evening, sit around the fire, and we have food and different things. So be prepared for that. Another thing I would ask you is to have a look at our website. You all probably got the invitation. You will find the web address very easily. And have a look, because there's lots of information, background information, links to material which our lecturers advise to read, and you get an impression, you get easier access to the whole thing. Another thing, please sign up as soon as possible. Take contact with Anjat, and if you have people from your country who could be interested in this, give them a hint, invite them quickly and ask them to join us. We probably have some places left, but not many, so it's smart to be quick. Welcome to Kristiansand, and thank you very much for your attention.